Thank you.
First I just want to say I thought that was a great presentation. It does give a little, it is great for the community. And kind of to that point, I spoke last time regarding the critical race theory. So that's what I'm back to address. Dr. Riley, I know that, like Dan said, you weren't happy with the comments that were made and you felt like they didn't represent the community. So let me just read from this. I think that everyone here would agree that racism is evil and should have no place in society. It's why so many fought so hard against it in the history of our country. It's why we try to marginalize the racists within society. I'd like each of you to consider something. If whites are born inherently racist, which is what this theory teaches, right? I wish you guys could answer questions, we could have a conversation, but if it's inherently evil, so that's saying that white people are evil. And I feel like that is just adding to the complete fracturing of this country. Again, like I said last week, it's pitting children against each other at a very young age based on skin color. And anybody, you know, as far as your comments that we didn't represent the community, anybody that's paying attention at this point knows critical race theory is a very polarizing subject. And while watching the national news, many people have strong opinions both for and against it. Not just our politicians that are either pushing it or banning it, but also among parents as they learn more about what is being taught. As I stated last time, there is a national movement happening as we speak, and it's called the Great Awakening of Parents. And that's why I'm here tonight, not only to try to explain why so many of us in this community are against it, but also to make sure our entire community is aware of what's being taught. As I talk to community members who aren't aware or weren't aware, they're shocked to learn it has hit McLean County. Just like I was not long ago, you hear about this stuff and you think it's in the big cities. It's happening there, it's happening in California, it's not here, but unfortunately it is. And when I was here the last time, I also heard you guys talk about the new science books that were purchased, and they were all DEI approved or within that curriculum, and I didn't know what that term meant, and so I looked it up, and it is another name for critical race theory. So clearly, if it was not officially in the curriculum before, it is now. And I just think that America has made so much positive progress as far as race concerns since the Civil Rights Movement, which was led by Dr. Martin Luther King, as you all know. His message was one of true diversity, true equality, and not equity. There's a big difference. Even our very young children are being taught that it's the color of their skin that we should judge by, not character. Our children are being taught that minorities are still so oppressed and the whites are all racist by default. They're learning from the woke DEI curriculum that white people are born racist, minorities are still oppressed, and they can't get ahead because white people just work to keep them down. And I'm just curious, is this what you've taught your children, or what you're teaching your children? I can't imagine wanting my children to view the world through that lens. Luckily, they're grown, so I don't have to worry about it because they know better. They were raised differently. I was raised to believe that. I'm 44 years old. I've never been accused of being a racist. I feel like standing up here and addressing you guys tonight, I probably am being thought of as a racist, which is what makes it really hard to speak out about this subject because immediately it's easy to just say that person's racist. And to Brian's point, there are a lot of people in this community that are afraid to speak out, especially if they have kids within the school system. I spoke to a gentleman today that said, I'm so glad you're speaking, I'll speak when my kids are out of school, because they're afraid they're gonna be targeted. And that is, it is sad. It's sad for our country, and it's sad for Bloomington normal. I'm sure I'm getting close to my 5 minutes, I can come off script, but the only race that we should see is the human race. Skin color does not, should not matter. And if you say you're someone who doesn't see color, that they just see people, that is not considered racist. And it's one of the most ridiculous concepts that I've heard. And I don't know it's just
Would
popped
you
up.
please, finish up, your 5 minutes is up.
Okay, okay, well then let me just skip this. Just, I wanted to say that parents and community members are not just waking up to the racist ideals, but they're pushing back. And I think it's clear tonight, the difference in size of this crowd. I think it's gonna keep growing, nationally and locally. You guys, we had one more, meeting until you break for the summer. That gives us 2.5 more months to grow and be ready for fall. But the things that I will close with, I would like to give you guys some challenges, especially Dr. Riley. I would like to see a public town hall where we can ask questions of you guys, where we can get some feedback. Because even if right now you feel like everything I'm saying is wrong, you can't say why, and I understand that's how this meeting is run. But then let's have a different.
Please,
meeting.
run over a minute, right? I don't wanna cut you off, but I want
So,
to.
the other thing is, these are just questions, I guess, so I'll skip them. But, maybe send out a survey to your parents. If you're not sure how the community feels, you can do a survey to all parents, even if it's not community as a whole, or promote it somehow in the media. Hey, come online, time's up.
Time's up.
Thank you.
We have somebody in charge of it.
Okay.
It's not you.
Right.